Hey everyone, Opendoor Technology has been trading kind of strange lately, right? A lot of people out here saying, oh, it's going to go higher, it's going to go lower. They don't know. They're just guessing, right? Buying the dip. And what if it keeps dipping? That's a big question everybody's concerned about. And we don't know exactly where it's going to go, but the best thing to do is look at the chart predicting the price movement of it going up or going down. Some people out there are saying, oh, it's being manipulated. Is that happening? Possibility. But the best way to know if a stock is going up or down is to decipher and analyze these charts. And as you know, I've been with Opendoor since $1, $2. There's a lot of people out here not telling 100% truth about where Opendoor is going to go. And I'm going to do the best I can by looking at the chart, because news is not really telling you much. And saying manipulation, possibly, right? Possibly. But we got to look at the charts, and let's get to it right now. Here we are on the weekly chart. Are we still in the uptrend? We are. We are still in the uptrend for sure. The low here was 486. The low here was 620, 614, 674, 709. So we're still in an uptrend technically. But are we going into a downtrend? That's what we need to know. Because on the daily chart, we are slightly turning toward a downtrend, but not yet. We're still in a slight uptrend. If we go down to around 681, 674, we will be in consolidation phase. We don't know if we're going up or if we're going down once we get in consolidation phase. If we go to the 650, 680 area, we would like to stay above $7, $7 to $7.25 area, because that will confirm that we are still in an uptrend. So going below $7 will put us in a consolidation phase, which is not bad, but it's not great. If Opendoor drops to this area right here that I'm going to draw, that first line would be the support, and the second line would be right around here. I would say $7. So between 630 and the 701 is going to be consolidation phase for Opendoor, and we're getting real close to it. After hours, we're at 711, and 701 is going to be the support. If we drop below 701, we will be in this area right here, which is the consolidation phase for Opendoor Technology. 631 to 701 is a midway point, 50-50, up or down, we don't know. We got to get more confirmation to know if we're going to go up and down once we're in that phase. But right now, I don't want to talk too bad about Opendoor, because we are still in an uptrend. You can't talk bad about a stock that's still in an uptrend. And even if it's in consolidation phase between 630 and $7, there's still nothing wrong with that. Stocks consolidate all the time. When you start dropping below 630 and $5.85, going toward the low $5, if that happens, there's going to be some issues with Opendoor at that point. Could you buy the dip? Yeah, you can, but we shouldn't be dropping to the $5, $4 area, because we have consolidated so strongly in this area right here. But hopefully we just consolidate between 630 to $7, or just stay in the $7 to $7.50 range, so we will continue our uptrend, right? So Opendoor Technology, market cap $6.9 billion, price to sales trailing 1.46 times on about $4.7 billion in sales. Price to book 6.9, short float 16%, 128 million shares are short. Year-to-date performance 352%, 6-month performance 1,113%. So Opendoor is up a lot, which means, because we're up 1,000% in 6 months, so that means we could see some consolidation or a small downward trend until we get some good news. We do have some good news. Interest rate cut in December, high probability, but what we're looking for is company specific news and housing data reports. At this point, that's what we need. We know we're going to get the interest rate cut in December. That's great. But we need some company specific news. We need a lot of news hitting the wire every day or every other day. We need housing data to come out saying that people are starting to buy houses again. That's what we need. A lower interest rate in the housing, so people can start buying houses with a lower monthly rate, right? That's all we need for Opendoor to start going up again. So until we get news like that, we could consolidate sideways for days, weeks, or even months, or we can slowly downtrend. But if we start to get some good news, yeah, we can start trending back upward again. And if we get some big news, then we can try to squeeze on shorts again, right? So Opendoor is not all in loss right now, but just be careful who you listen to on other platforms where They're saying Opendoor is only going down because of manipulation, or Opendoor is about to pump and squeeze this week. It's only a matter of time. Keep buying the dip. Nothing wrong with that kind of hype, right? Because you want sentiment for Opendoor Technology to be high, because the better the sentiment for a stock, more people will start buying shares. But at the same time, you want to know your risk. If the stock is trading sideways or trending downward, just know that it's a possibility it could go lower. It just depends on the situation and what kind of news that we're getting. But right now, Opendoor is still in an uptrend. We haven't dropped below $7.01 yet, and we haven't hit the consolidation area between 630 and 701. So we're still looking good for Opendoor. But, we got to keep reality in check. The market isn't that great for houses right now. And I still believe that the housing market will get better in due time. It's only a matter of time for the housing market to get better. But when it's going to happen, they're saying 2026, probably mid 2026. The thing about the housing market is that they have been pushing back when the housing market was going to recover. That's the only issue that I don't like. I've actually been following the housing market since 2024, and that's how I found Opendoor. I was looking for real estate stocks because I know it's only a matter of time for the housing market to recover. So that's how I found Opendoor, actually. That's how I found it so early, in $1, $2 area. I wish I'd have found it before $1, but it didn't happen. And the thing is, the housing market was supposed to recover at the end of 2025. And then they pushed it back to the early 2026. And now they're saying mid 2026. So you have to be cautious about that, because they are pushing back when the housing market is going to recover, the housing boom. Now they're saying mid 2026, possible late 2026. I think it's still maybe mid 2026, but if it keeps dragging the way it is right now, possibly end of 2026 is what we're looking at, or early 2027. So that's the big issue when it comes to housing stocks, right? It's supposed to go up, but it's not going up yet. It's supposed to go up, it's not going up yet. It keeps getting pulled back, delayed. So when that happens, housing stocks are going to slow up. So Opendoor can do well, but it's just not going to pump up and keep moving up, because remember, it's up 1,000%. So when it goes down, it is kind of normal, but we don't want to see it to go down and hold and consolidate for weeks and months. That's kind of boring, right? We want to see it go up, but it was up a lot. So that's the issue, right? The RSI is coming down some to a little bit of a downtrend, but right now the RSI is showing a consolidation. The daily RSI is starting to show somewhat of a downtrend, but not yet. If it breaks this area of RSI, if it comes below this, then it would be for sure a downtrend for Opendoor, but we're not even halfway there yet. We're still up here. Opendoor still look decent, but the MACD doesn't look that great, right? It tries to go up here, then it comes down, it tries to go up again, but it comes down. So we are in an area of Opendoor where there's some uncertainty, but in the long run, there's no way to judge Opendoor if it's going to go up or down until the housing market gets better. And then we can decide for ourselves if Opendoor is the truth and it's going to go $20, $30, $50, $100 per share. Right now, the environment isn't perfect for Opendoor, so there's no way to judge and say Opendoor is through, it's done, or it's bad stock. There's no way to judge that. But based on the chart, we are in a consolidation phase, and we are not in a downtrend until we break that $6.31. But the $6.31 is going to be the support that we need for sure, need to hold on to. Thanks everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, and comment. See you next time.